Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a different kind of video where I'll be showing you guys 4 different TikTok inspired recipes. They range from breakfast, lunch / dinner, all the way to dessert. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The ingredients that you'll need for this first breakfast recipe are just salt and pepper, some cheese. I added a little bit of spinach, bacon, and 2 eggs. You're gonna go ahead and first spray your pan with Pam as well as your slotted spoon. And this is more of a hack more than a recipe, but I really enjoyed it. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is put your 2 eggs on top of your spoon and just I went ahead and shook it a little bit. I think I might have done a little bit too harsh because one of my yolks did pop and kind of defeated the purpose that I had for the whole hack. But here I am just cooking the egg whites, and once I see that they're pretty solid, I go ahead and add my cheese. I went ahead and went with a Mexican blend from Kroger, but you can go ahead and use just sharp cheddar cheese. So go ahead and put back my yolks, added my cheese, added some spinach like I mentioned, and bacon. Now I did make the mistake of overloading this egg just a tad bit. So make sure that you either add more eggs. I only went ahead and did 2, but you can go ahead and do 3 or even 4 if you are going to put this many ingredients in your egg. Then I will go ahead and just close out the right side, the left side, the top and bottom. And what the cheese is going to do is that it's going to melt everything together. And once I have a pretty solid little square, I go ahead and flip it and just finish cooking it. Now, like I mentioned, one of my egg yolks did break, so that's kind of why it overcooked, but the other one didn't cook all the way, which is kind of what I wanted to do. And then I just went ahead and made it an egg sandwich with some toasted bread, cut it up, and this is the finished look. I absolutely love over easy eggs, so this is perfect for me or for anybody who likes them that way. Next recipe we'll be trying out is the sweet and spicy ramen noodles, which I just gave it that name right now, but the things that you will need are 2 packets of ramen noodles, or you can do half of everything. Some minced garlic, some butter, everything but the bagel seasoning, crushed red pepper flakes, some soy sauce. I just have this Peruvian kind. Some brown sugar, and yes, I have my brown sugar in my coffee canister, and some eggs. So the first thing, of course, that you're going to do is boil some water so you can cook your ramen noodles. I did, like I mentioned, go ahead and do 2 of these just because I was cooking for me and my boyfriend Paul. Then on a separate pan, this is where the magic is going to happen, okay? You're gonna get some butter, melt that in. As soon as it's starting to melt, you're going to add your minced garlic and just let that sizzle a little bit. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and take your soy sauce. Honestly, the girl didn't give me exact measurements for this recipe, so I just went ahead and put in what I thought looked good. But I will say this, I went a little overhand on the red pepper flakes, so this was kind of extra spicy, so don't go crazy on that. But I mean, it was still good. I still enjoyed it. After that, I did go ahead and put half a cup of brown sugar into the mix. And by then my noodles were all done, so I went ahead and just added them in there, tried to incorporate the sauce within the noodles, and then once that was incorporated, I added my 2 eggs, which this was kind of the part where a lot of people were kind of skeptical about it, but I think that the egg really makes this recipe, so don't knock it until you try it. It was really, really delicious, and just go ahead and cook that through. And at the end, I just went ahead and garnished it with some green onions and everything but the bagel seasoning. And this was chef's kiss. So delicious. Next recipe is another kind of lunch slash dinner, and it is the crispy chicken tenders. Now these honestly reminded me of Cane's chicken tenders, but just a little bit better on the seasoning. So the ingredients you're going to need are cornflakes, 2 eggs, salt and pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and some cayenne pepper, as well as your chicken, of course. So I went ahead and cut my chicken into tenders at first and seasoned it with half a teaspoon of salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and ground red pepper. After mixing all of the seasonings with your chicken, you're going to go ahead and add the same exact seasonings to your cornflakes. So I just went ahead and put them in a Ziploc bag so I could crush the cornflakes, and that's kind of why they're in there right now. So I'm just adding exactly the same measurement of the seasonings to the bag. And that is pretty much it. The next step that you're going to do is grab your seasoned chicken onto the egg mixture, which I just went ahead and whisked it together. What you're going to do is grab your chicken, put it onto the egg, and make sure that there's no like excess, egg on the chicken, and then bring that to the cornflakes. Make sure that it's fully covered with the cornflakes, and just repeat the process. I ended up getting, I want to say like, how many, like 8, 9 chicken tenders out of my 2 chicken breasts. And this is how they end up looking. You're going to go ahead and put these in your oven at 400 degrees for about 18 minutes, and make sure to flip them once 10 minutes have passed, and they will come out so good. No oil, no hassle, and they have a really nice kick to them, which is the main thing I loved about them. All right, and now last but definitely not least is our dessert. And this was the first recipe that I wanted to go ahead and make for this video. I saw it on TikTok, of course, and it was some sweet lady that was making it, and I think she had like 4 parts to it. Make sure you check down below. I will go ahead and link all of the TikToks that I got these recipes from. But what you're going to need is some vanilla, 2 eggs, condensed milk. You're going to need cream cheese, some of the crescent rolls by Pillsbury, crema mexicana, which is I believe like close to sour cream, not 100% sure to be honest, but that's just what I grabbed at my grocery store, some Pam, and a mixture of cinnamon and sugar. In a blender, put your cream cheese, eggs, vanilla extract, your crema mexicana, and go ahead and blend that all together. This was honestly the easiest recipe, but I'm not even gonna lie, it did not turn out as pretty as I would want it to, just because of how big my pan was. But that is a-okay because this still came out delicious. So what I'm going to do is spray some Pam spray on my pan, get my crescent roll, and this was kind of tricky to be honest because it did get a little bit stuck. So the lady I believe said to use some flour if that happened to you, but I just went ahead and made it work. It still came out bomb like I mentioned for like the 5th time, but here I am just, laying down the crescent roll, and I completely forgot to put my base of cinnamon / sugar mixture there. So here I am putting it now. And once I go ahead and do that, I am just going to put the cream cheesecake mixture on top. And this tasted so yummy, guys. I wanted to drink it. Okay, I wanted to drink it. So I just went ahead and put the whole mixture, and as you guys can see, I am falling apart as this crescent roll is as well, but we made it work. ended up topping the cheesecake with some strawberries and caramel on top, and this was so stinking good. And with that being said, that is pretty much all that I have for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along and seeing how I recreate some TikTok recipes slash hacks. If you guys would like me to do another one of these videos, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, as well as give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, and I will see you guys on the next one.